Good afternoon to everybody. We want to thank Dr. Shai and Leah Safin for sponsoring this the Short Torah. It's commemorating and it's in honor of two things. First of all, it's the Ulu Nishmat, their mother Taivo Bat Natan. May she have an Aliyah Began Eden, amongst other things, B'schut Torah, and also in the schut of both you being over here, your second anniversary of Aliyah. So your Aliyah is no doubt causing also her Aliyah in Gan Eden, and you should have the more and more years of Nachas and Simcha over here in Eretz Yisrael. In a Parasha of Korach, we learn in the Torah of at the showdown, Moshe Rabbeinu says to Hashem that he wants, he gives a sign. He says that if the people, Korach and his supporters, they die a natural death, so then that will be an indication that Hashem didn't choose Moshe Rabbeinu as a leader. But if, on the other hand, there's like a new creation in which the earth suddenly will open up its mouth, not only open up its mouth, but it will actually suck in and swallow Korach and his supporters, then that is an omen, not only an omen, that is a sign that Hashem has chosen Moshe Rabbeinu to be the leaders and Aaron also to be the Kohen, and this will prove or disprove Korach and his supporters that everyone is kadosh and everyone, therefore there's no room for the leadership of Moshe. There's one, so of course the question is, why was this mode of punishment, so to speak, where there's like an earthquake, and it's not just an ordinary earthquake, it's that the Gemara and Masechet Sanhedrin and the Midrashim said that there was some there was some force which actually drew and sucked in the people into the land. Why was this chosen? And there's another small detail which also requires our attention, and that is Moshe Rabbeinu says, he says it's not only the fact that if you see that now, as I finish speaking, that the earth opens up its mouth, he adds on another detail. The detail is, and he says, and the people will go down and will into Sheolah, that they will, Yordim Sheolah, that they will go down into Sheol. Now, if you look at all the translations, Sheol is usually it's translated as the netherworld, etc. But Chazal tell us that the word Sheolah is in means the meaning of Sheolah means Gehenom. So the question is, why is it that here, of all the places in the Torah, is there an emphasis that not only the people die, but that Moshe Rabbeinu says you should know that those people, that they will go to Gehenom. And the other, sort of, if I could call it 1A and 1B, the other problem is, it's not a problem, is there any reason why Gehenom, that they will descend into hell, why is hell called Sheolah? What is the significance of that word, Sheolah? To understand this, we can just briefly say that it's we'll be able to understand this on the basis of a Maharal in Tiferet Yisrael. The Maharal wrote a book all about Matan Torah and about the Torah. It's called Tiferet Yisrael. There's a lot of chapters in that in which he lays down all the foundations of what Torah is, etc. And in one of the chapters over there, the Maharal speaks about that the argument of Korach and Moshe, or what he said against Moshe, what he argued against Moshe, is that there isn't an absolute truth in the world. Everything depends on a person's perspective. You've got your way of looking at reality, and I've got my way of looking at reality. You see this, I say that. There's nothing which is an absolute truth in the world. This is what Korach said. The Maharal goes into it, how all this fits into the wording of that everyone is kadosh. In another way, the Torah, the Maharal explains that this argument that there isn't an absolute truth, but everyone can see the world and even Torah and mitzvot in his way. There's nothing like objective in the world. Another way of saying that, says the Maharal, is that he argued on Torah Sheba'al Peh. Torah Sheba'al Peh is that Hashem told Moshe that there are certain rules, certain interpretations of the Torah itself, and Korach, he argued with that. He said, no, I can interpret the Torah as I want. There are certain rules, and each one of these, because there are these rules can be, so to speak, stretched and interpreted in different ways. So there isn't, as we say, an objective, absolute way of looking, not at reality and not at moral and ethical behavior. That's what he said. So if that's the argument, then we can very well understand why the earth collapsed and why he went down to the netherworld, which is called Sheol. Why hell is called Sheol. Let's start off from that second he'ara, that second the question of why, or what is it that hell, the Gehenom, is called Sheolah. The word Sheolah comes from the word, the root of Lishol, to question, to ask. And what the Midrash then and what the Gemarot are saying is that a world in which there's absolutely no answer, there's no proper answer, there's no final answer, everything is just a matter of asking and of questioning, of Sheol, that is actually the definition of Gehenom. To live in such a world where there is nothing which is certain, where there is nothing of permanence. First of all, that's hell, that's Sheol. And then a person's stability, a person's equilibrium and security, which is the ground on which he treads on, that in itself collapses. He's got nothing to look forward to. He's got nothing to be excited about, because who says that over here is excited about things? Well, maybe over here this is wrong, this is right. Why should a person commit himself to anything? Well, perhaps now it's correct, but let's say in another 5 or 10 years it won't be correct. Maybe it will be disproved, maybe this, maybe that. So a world in which there is such a thinking like Korach, so it's only fitting that the type of punishment that reflects what he himself is claiming is that there should be no stability, there should be no security, there should be nothing on which he can really rest his feet on and rest his ideology on, because there's nothing which is certain. It's all like a sifting sand. And then such a person, not only that, they go down to Gehenom. That is the Gehenom. The Gehenom is Sheol. The Gehenom is, that's what the Torah is emphasizing. The Gehenom is that type of cynical thinking of Korach leads to the experience of absolute and total emptiness. There's nothing left in a person, because only just the questions which will never ever be answered. So on the other hand, when we have the Talmidim of Moshe Rabbeinu, right? What we do is we always claim Moshe ebet v'Torah ebet. Moshe is truth, and his word is true. I end off that the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra is all the famous Agadatot in the fifth perek, and over there the Gemara says that Rabbi Bar Chana wanted to know where exactly was Korach, where was he swallowed up? And he says that there was this one like Arab trader, and he brought him to a place, and he saw that in the ground there were two cracks, and from those cracks there was like a bit of smoke, and he put his ear next to the openings of the crack, and what he heard was the people saying from Gehenom, Moshe emet v'Torato emet, that Moshe is true and his Torah is true. So the Mefarshim on the Haggadah, they explained that's exactly where Korach was. He was symbolic. He was in a place where there were two cracks. There isn't one truth. Here's the opening and here's an opening. And the whole point is that we as people who follow Torah Emet, we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is one, Moshe Rabbeinu is one, the Torah is one, and in that way we're able to extricate ourselves. HaKadosh Baruch Hu extricates us from the Sheol, like we say every single day in davening. What do we say in the Mizmor Chanukat Habayit David? David HaMelech says, Aromimcha Hashem ki dilitani velo simachti oivadi Hashem Elokai shivat elecha b'tirpaeni helita min Sheol nafshi. You raised me up from the Sheol. You gave me a world in which there is just emet, and there is truth, and there's something which we can be single-minded and be secure about. Shabbat shalom lekulam.